monster producer is a legendary creature who combines multiple skill sets to dominate their market. Are you ready to dominate?
I believe everybody needs a good coach in life. Running a business can be tough. It can beat you down. We bring the motivation. We bring the structure. We bring the strategy. How do you explain your services? How do you work a selling system? How do you follow up like a machine? How do you extract 5.7 referrals from every transaction? Our number one goal is to get you a 43% increase in your business. And I want to show you how to be a monster producer.
I must confess that I feel like a monster.
Prepare yourself for a 43% increase to your business.
I feel like a monster.
Monster Producer
Ladies and gentlemen,
begins now.
Hey there, I'm Coach Michael Burt, the Super Coach, live from the Greatness Factory. Every week, I try to come into your life, or every month I try to come into your life to teach you concepts that we're teaching in our biggest coaching program called Monster Producer. We believe a monster producer is a legendary creature that combines multiple skill sets to dominate a market. And this month we're covering a really big subject that I think is going to be a game changer for you. This content also goes to my online platform, Monster Growth, every month. And this month we're covering the concept of conviction. Monster conviction. Okay? How do you sell with monster conviction? Because at the end of the day, what you're really selling is you're not selling a product or service. Now, you are selling a product or service, but what you're really selling is a deep-seated belief that your product or service can get another person to a much better state in their life. What you're really selling is that because of me, at some point in the future, you are going to be so much better. My unique experiences, my unique past, my unique process, my unique system is going to get you to some freakish level in your life. And that's really what you're selling to another person. So where does this conviction come from? Well, I like to tell people that 6 years old, I'm down at a local baseball field. I'm down there for hours and hours learning from coaches, watching coaches. And I saw something at 6 years old. I saw how a good coach can change a person's life, because I saw those coaches tend to other people's kids. I saw them take care of them. I saw them feed them. I saw them love on them. So at 6 years old, I had this big revelation. And the big revelation was, a good coach can change your whole deal. A good coach can change your whole life. A good coach can give you direction. A good coach can accelerate. Now, fast forward, I'm 42 years old. So for 36 years, I have had this belief that everybody needs a good coach in their life, that a good coach can change their life. Now, why is that important? That's a big revelation. That's a big revelation. And the big revelation is, now I get this big revelation. Because of that revelation, I now have conviction, which is a deep-seated belief in a product or service that something can get another person to a much higher frequency in their life. So now I got conviction. Now, once I have conviction, it's game on, man. Because now there is nothing, no thing that I'm not willing to do, no place I'm not willing to go. So I will go the distance and share my conviction through my explanation of service, share my conviction through a prospecting or selling system, share my belief conviction through a 7-touch follow-up, share my belief and conviction through asking for referrals. And finally, share my belief and conviction through constant and systematic promotion, even when people think it's too much. Even when people think I should relax, lay back, be comfortable, whatever the case may be. So without this revelation in your life that we're talking about, some big aha moment that a product or service can get another person, you don't have the conviction. And when you don't have the conviction I'm talking about, you don't have the passion. You ain't got the juice. You ain't got the energy. You don't have what it takes to convince another person to take action on your product or service, because you don't have the conviction. So what's lacking? You're not willing to take action. And you're certainly not willing to take the kind of action that I'm talking about to go out there and get it and become a major person out there in the world, become a person of interest I talk about. Because contrary to what my buddy Brad Lee says, I ain't never met a lazy person of interest. So why do you need this conviction? So let's back up and let's go through the cycle. We're talking about monster conviction. Where does conviction come from? Number one, it comes from this concept of I've had a big aha moment. Boom. Hit me right here. I now have conviction. Because of the conviction, boom, I'm ready to go out there and make it happen. So you need conviction to share your story in a compelling way, number one. You need conviction to sell with certainty and remove consideration that you have. You need conviction to overcome objection, which is just opposition of thought. Okay? You need conviction to ask for referrals, and you need conviction to have the guts to promote like you need to promote, not some of this little baby promotion that people do. One post on Facebook is like throwing a pebble in the Pacific Ocean. Nobody cares. Nobody knows who you are. Look at what I have to do every week to go through thousands of people. I had to go to Chattanooga today. Got to go to, where have I got to go tomorrow? Portland, Oregon tomorrow. Got to come back, go here, go there, just to get a message out in the market. Without conviction, I'm not doing any of those things. So revelation, conviction, I'm willing to take action. We come back from the break. I'm going to talk about how to tell your story in such a compelling way that other people, you touch another person's heart. You touch another person's spirit. And to do that, you're going to have to learn to become vulnerable. You're going to have to learn to tell the good, the bad, the ugly, the indifferent. You're going to have to learn to tell a story versus sell a product. And I've had coaching on this, and I want to help you. So when we come back, I'm talking about the explanation of service. How much conviction when you share your services with another person do you have? And how do you get better at sharing a core set of beliefs? I'm Coach Michael Burt, and you're watching. Come on, look at all them people out there. Lily Munoz, Dusty Wilkerson, Melanie Mayo, Susan Jamie, good to see everybody. Clay Whitaker, Ron Papke, good to see you. Lee Barnes, Ken Toff, thank you guys for having conviction. We come back, I'm going to show you how to sell that conviction in your first statement when you're sharing it with another person. I'm Coach Michael Burt. This is not Super Coach, this is Monster Producer. Hey guys, I'm Coach Michael Burt, the Super Coach, and you've probably seen me speak or watch my videos around the country. And here's the deal. What if I was with you every day, motivating you, coaching you? What if I could offer you 25 years of my coaching experiences? You see, there's a way for me to move in with you, for you to get trained and coached by me every single day in my Monster Growth Academy. Go to CoachBurt.com. We back. Monster Producers. Every month I teach Monster Producer. Rick Williams, you're right, man. We don't need a break, but we do have to pay the bills, keep the lights on. This is Coach Michael Burt. I believe everybody needs a coach. What's up, Evan Stewart? Today we're talking Monster Conviction. This is a little podcast I do, and it goes to my online academy, and I help you every single month play at a higher level. I only pick a subject if I think it will move the needle in your life, and this one right here will move the whole freaking needle. Here's the problem. Most people are not selling with conviction. They're lukewarm. Study Revelation, what it says about the church at Sardis. I know your reputation for being alive, but you ain't alive. You're dead. There's a lot of people walking around that don't have the juice. They don't have the juice because they hadn't had the revelation, because they don't have the conviction, because they're not willing to take action. And because of that, they're selling lukewarm. They can't get their vocal tonalities low, their energy's low, they can't pump it out strong enough. And people are looking around like, man, I'm not buying from you because you don't have any conviction. You don't even believe in your product or service. You don't even believe in your own self. If you don't believe in you and you don't believe in your product, then how can you sell another person? I have to believe that you believe it. So 6 years old, I see Mickey Vincent changing kids' lives. And for 36 years, I've been going around planet Earth telling people, you need a freaking coach in your life, man. Why would you do this on your own? It's crazy. So through the explanation of service, which is a big concept that we teach through Tom Love, who founded the explanation of service, it's a framework. Here's what I said, belief, is it strong enough? Whatever your first belief is, it ain't strong enough. What's the strongest belief you have? So I've been asking my class this month, John Howard, give me the most compelling reason that you have. Give me the most compelling reason that you have that why I should do business with you. And ask yourself this question, is it strong enough? Because here it is, it ain't strong enough. I listen, I watch, it's weak, it's lukewarm, it's a church at Sardis, it's alive but it's really dead. You got a reputation for being alive but it's dead. Is it strong enough? You got to make it stronger. First belief statement. Number two, action. Okay, you got to be very clear in what you do for your clients. Your actions have to be stronger. Success is inconvenient. You got to be willing to do inconvenient things to be successful. Too many people want it in a box with a bow around. It don't come from 8:30 to 5 with the weekends off, okay? Number 3, support. Do you have evidence of success? Who have you helped? How many have you helped? What results did you get? Sale results. Sale evidence of success. Sale increase. And then you got to have a call to action. And what I'm saying by call to action is you got to remove consideration. Now, consideration is an internal hesitation that prohibits an external action. So let me give you an example. Here's a consideration. I don't want to follow up because I'll bother them. I don't want to ask for a referral because it'll seem creepy. I don't want to go 7 touches because I'll be stalking. They don't have the money. They're not interested. Okay? Listen, for people out there in the world, here's the problem. You need to remove those. You need to remove any consideration or hesitation that you have for your product or service. And the only reason you would have hesitation because you don't have conviction. Right, Lee Kentoff? You don't have enough freaking conviction. And that's why people are like, man, I ain't buying this product. You don't even believe in it. So when you're thinking about this, you're going to need conviction in really 3 areas that I've been teaching this month in Monster Producer. If you're not in Monster Producer, shame on you. I can't get you a 40 or 50% increase until I get you in the class, and I can't get you in the class until you come at least check it out and enroll. And quit using the excuses that you've been using about not investing in yourself. You're going to need conviction in the follow-up. So if you don't have conviction, you won't go 7 touches. And every stat in the world says it takes 7 to 15 touches 80% of the time. So stop right now and ask yourself this question. What is your 7-touch follow-up? And here's the way I would say it to you. If you truly believe that your product and service can get a person to another place in their life, a better place in their life, how can you justify only going 1 or 2 touches in the follow-up? Like, I'm confused by this. Do you believe in the product or service or not? Do you believe that you're the best in your industry or not? Do you have enough conviction to go 7 touches? And if you don't, then why are you selling what you're selling? Because let me tell you something. You ain't going to be selling much of it. You may be trying to sell some of it, but you ain't going to sell much of it. It's going to be like a little baby check. You know why? Because you don't have enough conviction. And people can sense and feel that in you. So you need the conviction to go the 7 touches. You need the conviction to challenge the prospect when they say the timing's not right. I'm not ready. I got to think about it, sleep on it, pray about it. You talk to my wife about it, talk to my husband about it. You got to have enough conviction to go, I understand, but why would we wait till January? Why would we waste 2 months? Can't you and I both agree? Can't you and I both agree that we're losing momentum here? And momentum is just energy headed in one direction or another. Can't we both agree? So you need conviction to play pitch and catch. So my question to you right now, Paul Van Neville, is who's in your farm club? These are people who have indicated interest in your services. Who's the top 5 people in your farm club right now that you got to pony up, gut up, man up, woman up, conviction up, and close? Because right at the end of the sales cycle is a shot of conviction. They're scared. They got fear and uncertainty. That's the 2 reasons people don't take action. They got fear and they got uncertainty. Fear is an unpleasant emotion or belief that a person's going to harm them in the future. That breeds uncertainty. That breeds vacillation. That breeds doubt. Right, Mitch Umbarger? That breeds this person sitting on the fence. Okay? And what you got to do is the way you get them off the fence is you, right at the very end, it's like a little shot of B12. Like Doc Holtz's got me these B12 vitamin drops, and I put them in my mouth, and it gives me a little shot of energy, right? And when I need some good energy, and I got my energy pack from Holtz, I got my all my stuff that I take every morning to get my energy high. At the very end, I need a shot of conviction. I wonder if he could sell conviction at Holtz Health and Wellness Center. That would sell. That would sell if he sold conviction. Now, when you get objection out in the world, do you have enough conviction to overcome that objection or not? So I use a cycle. If you're out there watching me in my online academy, if you're watching me out there today, I use a cycle that looks like this. When I meet objection, here's what I know. Objection is opposition of thought. That's all it is. That is a feeling. That feeling can be influenced or changed by a person who has more certainty. Where does my certainty come from? My revelation, my conviction, my number of years, my evidence of success. So here's what I do. I listen and I acknowledge. I always agree. I understand. Is there any other reason outside of this one reason? That's an isolation question. Work on this question. Jack, is there any other reason outside of this one thing that is keeping you from moving forward with me? Because it seems like you want to do it. I listen, I acknowledge, I isolate. I love the isolation question. Then I validate. If I could show you how to do it, and it is the right time, and it would be crazy to wait, why wouldn't we get started today? Validate that objection. Then I come back and challenge the prospect if they don't take action. And I want you to associate a word here. I call it reframing. So when you read my book, $1 Million Follow-Up, or you read the new book, Inside the Mind of a Monster, what I'm doing is I'm reframing a person. You're headed down this way, and I want to turn you and get you down this way. You're headed down this way, and I want to get you going this way. So I say, would you be open to looking at it this way? Would you be open to changing it this way? Would you be open to these things? Because right now I think the way you're looking at this is all wrong. That's conviction. I'm willing to play pitch and catch with the consumer. I'm willing to walk away from the deal. I'm willing to risk losing the deal if I push them a little bit. Because listen, if I push you and you run away during the sales cycle, you're never going to like me really challenging you when you're a client. But that's what you told me you wanted, right? I have people every day say, I need you to push me. I need you to push me. I need you to push me. Well, I can't push you until you commit. But once you commit, I'm not going to let you fail. We come back in the final segment. I'm going to break down two things, referral conviction, because most people don't have referral conviction. Sad. Do you believe in your product or service or not? And if you do, why wouldn't you ask other people about it, or tell other people about it, or ask other people to share about it? And then I'm going to finish up with promotion. A conviction to promote like an animal. And not be afraid of the good opinion of other people who say you promote too much. Who say you need to quit doing videos. I'm not even going to entertain that. Because if you don't have enough conviction to promote your product and service like crazy, then you ain't that serious about your product or service, which means you have not had that revelation. I'm Coach Michael Burt. You're watching Monster Producer Podcast. You know, I spent really a decade of my life coaching high school kids, and one of the things that made us so successful was we coached the whole person, the body, the mind, the heart, and the spirit. Last year I sat down and I developed the Greatness Factory for Kids online learning platform, and that is 25 lessons that you and your daughter or son can sit down at night, go through, and have some discussion about key important emotional intelligence things they're going to need to be successful. Go to greatnessfactoryforkids.com. Welcome back, Monster Producer. If you're in my online academy, this is some content. I update my content every single week. I'm the only person I think at Lightspeed. If you hadn't got my Monster Kids Academy, why not, man? Your kid is not going to learn bounce back. They're not going to learn confidence. They're not going to learn how to open a meeting. They're not going to learn how to walk in a room. They're not going to learn how to meet and greet people. Monster Kids is all an online academy that we can get you signed up. Just go to greatnessfactoryforkids.com and let's get you enrolled, man. You can buy one for your kid at night, break it down, let them watch these things. Very critical to their future success, because what happens, I'm coaching monster young professionals tonight. I imagine if I got a hold of these young professionals when they were 6, 7, 8 years old, they ain't no telling where they'd be. They'd probably be billionaires. They're going to be millionaires, but they'd probably be billionaires if somebody would have got a hold of them and taught them the kind of things I'm teaching tonight, which is how to freaking have some conviction. So let's finish this show up. Let's finish this concept. Let's finish this coaching session up with, why are your referrals low? I want to go back to this concept of conviction. A referral is when great people go tell other great people how great you were. A referral is when you get another person to a much better place in their life that they couldn't have got to without you. And they draw a direct correlation back to you. So why would your referrals be low? Number one, you don't have enough frequency. You don't have enough frequency. That's number one. You're not in the face of people on a consistent basis enough. You do not have enough frequency. High touch, high frequency in a person's face, right? Number two, you're not getting your current clients to a better place. After the transaction is over, there's only two things we want to know. On a scale of 1 to 10, how serious are you? Or on a scale of 1 to 10, how satisfied were you with this experience? 1 to 6, no good. You're never going to get any referrals out of that. Didn't transfer enough conviction. 7, 8 promoters. Here's what I want a person saying. shoot, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give him a 15. What'd you like about him? Energy was high, believed in what his product or service. I think he can get me to a better place. So there's 3 things. I was coaching some top mortgage originators today that are recruiters. And I said there's 3 things a person looks for to join another person's team. I trust that you're the number one person to get me to a higher frequency. I have a sense of belonging. I know there's a bigger purpose here that I want to be a part of. If you can create those 3 things, people want to be a part of it. So number 1, you don't have enough frequency. That's a big problem. That's why your referrals are low. Number 2, you're not getting your current people to a better place. Number 3, you don't ask enough or prime the pump. Now let me ask you a question, Trey Sugg and Richard Pearl. Why would you not ask other people to buy your product or service if you believe in it enough? Why wouldn't you ask them to help you? So here's a referral way I ask for referrals. Jack, this is Coach Burt. Man, I love working with you. If it's up to me, I'd take 100 of you, Jack. But I can't get 100 of you, but I would like to get 100 of your friends because I believe like gravitates toward like. I believe association breeds assimilation. Okay? This is one of my biggest beliefs. So if I've helped you, Bryce, get to a better place in your life, what would prohibit you from bringing some more people to the equation? Because Metcalfe's law says this: the value of a network is exponentially grown by each individual participant that is added to that network. Each individual participant that is added to a network makes the network more valuable. So it's not just more valuable to me when you bring people to us, it's more valuable to you. Now there's more exchange, now there's more energy, now there's more money, now there's more opportunity. And out of every network, out of every 30 people, 4.8 of them are legit. Out of every 350 people, 52.8 of them are legit, which means big money can be made if you get to the upper echelons of the network. So you don't prime the pump, you don't believe in you enough, you lack conviction, and the last reason you don't get referrals is because you have a lot of internal consideration. And a consideration is a hesitation that prohibits you from taking an action. Like, I'll be bothering them. I don't want to feel like I'm promoting too much. I don't want people to say negative things about me. When you study self-actualization, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, self-actualization, ask yourself this question: how many people have you ever been around that you personally believe were self-actualized? That means reaching their deepest human, God-given potential. I bet you're going to say it's 1 to 3 people in your lifetime that you think is, man, this dude is clicking on every cylinder and then some. One of the traits or attributes of a self-actualized person is they are totally independent of the good opinion of others. So what does that mean? They don't care what people think about them. They're operating at such a freakish level, don't matter. Don't even matter what people think about them. That people are going to like them or people are not going to like them. So an internal consideration is, I don't want to promote because I don't want people to make fun of me because of whatever reason, you know. And I see a lot of people do this. I have people tell me all the time, like, you know, Coach, we're big fans of yours, but you know, putting pictures of you on your airplane, or, you know, that just is a little too much for us. That's just, you know, that's a little too much. And I'm like, well, why would me flying on an airplane or spending my own money to buy an airplane offend you? Well, like it's not your money, it's my money, okay? And I got a 6-year-old daughter at home I want to see, by the way. And I need to travel all over the world. And I need to get home. And I need to be home some with my family. So why would it offend you that I need to use a tool to get from point A to point B? And the fact that it does offend you means you don't need to be involved in my network. If that would offend you, okay, I don't get offended by what you drive. I don't get offended by where you eat dinner. It's none of my business, okay? So one of the things I have tried to get myself to is I got so much conviction. It talks about in the Bible separating the sheep and the goats. What I want to know is who's in and who's out. And it's okay if you're out. I'm only looking for people that are looking for me. That's how much conviction I have today. And Eric White was talking about today that I had a little bit of an edge to me when I'm speaking now. And you know why? I'm past the point of caring if every person in the room likes me or not. I'm past the point. I have a message. I have a distribution channel for that message. I want to help as many people as I can. And some of them are going to like it, and some of them are not, and that's okay. Some will, some won't, so what? Now, let's finish the show with this. Let's finish this coaching session with this. Conviction and promotion. Promotion is, if you study promotion, you think about platforms. In the old days, the politicians would literally stand up on a platform to get above the noise. Well, in those days, they didn't have social media. In those days, they didn't have the noise that we have today, right? So what you have to do, is you got to figure out, how do I get above the noise to promote myself? So there's 4 things I constantly work on: a position that is so strong that it could repel some people. It's going to attract the right people and repel some people. I work on my content. Too many people don't have content. They don't have content. They don't have anything to say. They're not reading. They're not listening to podcasts. They're not experiencing anything. So they're vague, generic. Let me give you another word: boring. They don't have content, and every person needs content for everything. For what you're selling, you need content. Number 3, distribution. How many different ways can I distribute my content and promote? Facebook, LinkedIn, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, events, promotions. And number 4, I got to have frequency. How much guts do you have to go out there and promote every single day? Because I'll hear people say, I don't want to get in front of the camera. I don't want to do an Instagram. I don't want to do a video because I'm afraid of how I will look. Listen, do you have conviction or not? Your conviction should be so strong, you overcome these low-level thoughts, which are, I'm scared. Right? Like you ain't scared when you take action. Action cures fear. Action overcomes fear in this equation. Certainty overcomes uncertainty. So when you're thinking about promotion, I would just ask you, are you using these channels? Social media, which is free; database, which costs you a little bit of money; direct mail; events; strategic partners; marketing spend. Or are you using 7 or 8 different strategies stacked on top of each other to become a known quantity in the world? When I wrote Person of Interest is famous. Famous means known, well-known, renowned, celebrated. It's like, man, that's a famous person. Well, an everyday cat can become famous. An everyday Joe can become famous if they go out and promote and distribute talent and help enough people. You become known for something. So I would end this coaching session by asking you this question: what are you known for? Are you known for being lazy? Are you known for being scared? Are you known for making excuses? Are you known for producing at the highest level? You're going to become known for something. Okay, I hear a lot of people like, man, you work so hard, Coach Burt. You go so hard. You push so much. And I guess in today's world, that's a compliment. I mean, because a lot of people don't push that hard. So hopefully I'm inspiring people to distribute their talent to the world at a higher frequency. But what am I known for? Oh, that's the guy who coaches people to a higher level. That's the guy that does this. So we got a question here. I feel like my clients don't want to refer me because they're afraid of competition. They don't want their friends who are in the same industry to get results for working with me. How can I change that? It's a great question, Susan. I think you got to deepen your relationship with your clients, because they're truly not advocates of yours if they're not actively promoting you. Like right now, I'm coaching some of the top mortgage originators in the world. You know, I've got Carrie Ann Sear, who's just a freak of nature, and but I've got other mortgage originators too, and I want them all to fight for me. Like, I can't just have like one fighting for me, right? I'm coaching some of the top real estate agents, some of the top insurance people. And if they're afraid to promote me, then what does that say about my relationship with them? Have I truly helped them get to a better place in their life? And if so, they should forget about all the noise and competition and go, this is my guy, man. This is my man. I'm behind him. And I'm going to do the same thing for them, by the way. So think about vested partnership. I'm looking for a vested partnership, not a one-sided relationship. And if I've got that, I'm going to promote. Some people are going to like it, some people are not. But feelings get in the way of a lot of things. You got to learn, if you're going to be a big-time person, not to listen to your feelings, right? You got to learn not to, because amateurs listen to their feelings. Professionals don't listen to their feelings. Professionals show up, grow up, they deliver. They don't whine, they don't complain, and they don't make excuses, right, Heath Powell? So when you're thinking this, I hope today's session has been powerful for you, because I see some people, myself included, that have conviction coming out of my ears, man. It's so deep in me, you couldn't get it out of me. As my buddy Tim Dutton says, some people's got something you can't put in them, and you can't take it out of them. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for curiosity, hunger, drive, intensity. And I don't even care if you make mistakes. Just make them with conviction. The worst thing you can be in today's world, in my opinion, is lukewarm, average, complacent. All of that sucks. And I see people every day going through the motions, average, complacent, stuck. They can't get enthusiastic about anything. And that's really what you're selling, is my beliefs to you. It's in there. If you read the book of Peter, like 2 Peter, it talks about Peter having this burden inside of him to go and spread the gospel because he felt like people were getting into the church and spreading misinformation. Now, remember that word burden? Burden? Like tonight I'm doing something for Monster Young Professionals because I got a burden to help people from 18 to 25 when everybody else is giving up on them, by the way. Okay, what I could be doing is at home with my wife. I could be home with my 6-year-old daughter, but I'm staying here to coach young people because somebody's got to coach them. Somebody's got to push. Somebody's got to give it. Somebody's got to do it versus just complain about it. So that is a conviction in me to help people, not for the financial purposes, but for the purpose of, hey, this is part of the reason the good Lord put you on this earth, is to help the next generation get better. So hope this coaching session is powerful for you. If you haven't downloaded the Monster Producer app, download the Monster Producer app. It's got my retreats on there. It's got my videos on there. It's got my schedule on there. I want you in Monster Producer if you're not in there. You can be in Monster anywhere in the world. We signed up 2 Monster Moguls this week. I want to give a shout out to those guys. Tony Hakeem and his brother, right, E?
That's right, Coach.
The Hakeem brothers.
That's right.
Saw them at the 8% Nation. They said, sign me up for the mogul level. And I'm like, that's what I'm talking about right there. Signed up some 25K members this week. Excited about them. Drew Colbreth, Ashley Holloway, Ethan Campbell. I mean, we've been on a roll signing up people at the highest levels of our coaching program. Why? Because we're getting results for those people through that conviction. So download the app, have some conviction, quit being lukewarm towards your dreams, and quit, for the love of goodness, letting other people dictate how you feel about yourself. This is Coach Michael Burt. This has been a great session of Monster Producer. Michelle Froge, love you, and I look forward to the next session. You can get this on iTunes, Google Play, YouTube, anywhere where you find good stuff. And every single month I'm going to bring you something better. I want to see you in class, and I want to coach you right here. Hey guys, I'm Coach Michael Burt, the Super Coach here at the Greatness Factory, but I'm thinking about January the 11th through the 14th because that's when we're going on a monster cruise. That's right, we're going out of Miami down to the Bahamas, stopping at one of the islands. We're going to be doing a little bit of coaching, a little bit of networking, a little bit of VIP sessions with some of the monster moguls and tycoons, and I want you to go with me. Email me, info@coachburt.com, and let's get your spot reserved.